very important to circle back periodically and do a sanity check or do an assessment to determine where you stand. Very, very key part of it. In the world of HIPAA and HITECH, I'm going to talk about 3 types of assessments, and then we're going to bore in on one. Number 1, compliance assessment. In HIPAA security final rule parlance, that's a security evaluation. What's this about? Where do we stand? These 22 standards, these 53 implementation specs, how are we doing? Are we measuring up well to those? If an auditor came in or an upstream covered entity or a business partner came in, would we be in good stead, bad stead, superb, excellent, great, good? Number 2, a risk assessment. In HIPAA parlance, this is a risk analysis. This is a very, very down into the deep part of the organization within the business processes, looking at information assets that create, receive, transmit, or maintain PHI, and determining and examining what the threats and vulnerabilities are to that PHI, what current security controls are in place, and what gaps exist, and what do we need to do to mitigate risk. If the first one, well, I'll hold that thought. The third type, and then we'll go to the next slide, is a so-called, unfortunately, people call it a risk assessment. This is related to the data breach notification law. If you have a discovery of an incident that could potentially be a data breach, you need to very, very quickly assess whether or not there's a chance or a risk of harm to the individuals who are affected. Could they be adversely affected legally, reputationally, financially, etc.? And if indeed you determine that there is a risk that has occurred, that is